Hey, so my guest is here promptly on time, 5 o'clock exactly. See, that's why I gotta start hanging out with different people. Man. I told him I came in and did a whole soliloquy this morning. Like I gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
one
time
of those
is a valuable commodity.
real
I don't want
rap.
to waste mine or yours.
Absolutely.
So let's get it.
Absolutely. You know what? Well, since we here, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
How you doing, everyone? On Facebook Live and listening. My name is Brandy, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Roxbury Unity Parade. So I plan to tell you about the parade, tell you why you should get involved, and why you want to come out and support next month.
Yeah, one thing we were just talking about parades. We were talking about the Pride Parade just went by. These wild guys. I mean, like I don't have to know them. Like I'm a little uneducated about it, but like for you to just come out and say like they had a Pride Parade, and you're gonna come back and say you have a straight Pride Parade, right? Even if your intentions are like positive and stuff like that, it's just in these days and times with social media and people just being kind of like ignorant and just saying anything they want to, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like straight
I mean,
Pride Parade, like it sounds like you're trying to be like, you're going out of your way to be like in contradiction to something that's not fully like bothering you per se. You know what I mean? So that's why I was telling him like, even no matter what's going on, for someone to have the to want to put the time, effort, and energy to also pull the resources together to even get some footing behind something that's so silly sounding as like the straight Pride Parade, you can't like look those type of people off, or you can't like ignore those type of people, because really you need to pay attention to those type of people, because those people are the people that really make things happen. You know, like they may not always get the go ahead, they may not always get the the permits from City Hall and stuff like that, but for them to even go that far to even get that, imagine what they're doing on the side.
I mean, I can't speak to the straight Pride Parade. I'm not involved with how they developed it. Yeah, I don't have enough information. But one thing I will say is that when people are united, whether it's a cause we agree with or not, they will make it happen. And so what I'd like to do, and my platform is really to celebrate Roxbury, what the city of Boston calls the black heartbeat of the community. And so I'm here today not to advocate for or against any other parade. I just want to elevate and uplift the parade that I'm involved with. And that's the Roxbury Community Parade. All the other communities of Boston have parades. Dorchester, I went to theirs a couple of weeks ago. It was amazing. And it's one of the oldest in the city, if not the oldest, I believe. So, we want to do the same for Roxbury. Let's uplift the community. Let's celebrate a community that we all either live in, work in, get our health care in, have our kids in daycare in. And so let's do that. And, let's continue the pride of Roxbury.
And when in the city and the state that we're coming from, I mean, who doesn't like a parade?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, one thing is, as far as parades, like, you know what I mean? Like, the sports teams, once we started getting our first, parades back in wherever it was, 2004.
Yeah, when y'all actually started winning again.
We broke the curse, right? And started winning parades. And, like, everybody knows, like, we love a parade.
Yeah.
Parades bring people together.
Yeah.
We have the sports parade, just bring people together.
Yeah, and the sports parades bring hundreds of thousands, millions of people.
Who would never really be together like that, but together for a common cause.
Yeah. And you talk about the Pride Parade, there were so many people out just enjoying the community and celebrating the community, and also enjoying free stuff.
Right.
Who doesn't love free stuff?
Who doesn't like that?
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
on.
Who doesn't like
go get a T-shirt. I would go to stuff just for a T-shirt.
Yeah, who doesn't like to be? Who doesn't like to be entertained?
Right.
Who doesn't like to hear music?
Right.
Who doesn't like to just celebrate each other? Like whether it's a birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even people say, oh, whatever. I don't like celebrating my birthday. I don't like that. I don't like it. Stop.
Yeah.
Pull up on them with a cake.
Yeah.
Just pull up on them with a cake with some candles and watch how there's no reason why you wouldn't like a celebration.
Yeah.
And celebrating is a necessary thing.
Yeah.
One thing someone told me a long time ago is that if you don't celebrate, like even just just yourself, if you don't celebrate yourself, like who are you expecting to do that? You know what I mean? You can't be expecting people to celebrate, but you are someone who needs to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Whether it doesn't by people from outside of you, if you don't get out celebrated from people outside of you, gotta at least you gotta celebrate yourself. Celebration.
You're gonna start yourself celebrating yourself.
Yes.
To actually get that attention.
That's what we're gonna be doing, is celebrating ourselves, celebrating our communities, and celebrating where our community has been and where we hope it to go. As a community, you know? And so one of the things we hope to do with the Roxbury Unity Parade, other than bringing people out, is also to remind them that we can do so much together. Right?
Absolutely.
And advocating for our community. And let's show other communities, no, Roxbury is not what you hear. Roxbury is more than that. And this is one of the things to highlight that. And so, you know, for the parade Sunday, July 21st, we're asking those, if you want to be involved, you want to walk with us, to come out, participate, whether that's politicians, businesses. If you want to sponsor, we need a lot of volunteers to help us that day with registration, helping with manning tables, and also decorating the parade route. Like, we need a lot of help to bring this together, because one person can do it on their own.
Right.
You know?
Speaking of that, whose initial idea was this?
Yeah, so that's an interesting story. So the parade, the executive director and founder of the parade is Toy. Anyone who lives in
shout out Toy.
Shout out Toy. Anyone who lives in Roxbury knows Toy. She is at all the events, and actually Toy had the idea probably, I would say, 2 years ago, and she talks about this in several interviews, is that she always wanted a parade for Roxbury, because again, she would go to the Dorchester Day Parade, Roslindale, and even some of the Caribbean festivals and things like that, and she was like, where's the parade for Roxbury?
Absolutely.
And so probably a year and a half ago, she approached the city and said, I want a parade.
That's crazy.
And
after all these years, we never had, it's been 30, 40 years.
And so many other people said, we want a parade, we want a parade. Yeah. And, but Toy just has the energy, and, she's able to get people, even if you want to say no, she'll get you to a yes.
That's crazy.
You be like, Toy, I don't know, ooh, but then, she'll keep at it. And so I met Toy probably a year and a half ago at a conference, and she said, oh, I'm doing a parade for Roxbury, and I hadn't heard anything about it. And I was like, well, I live in Roxbury, I want to help support. And it from support became, oh, you're the director of operations, and we put together the website and do all this other stuff, let's be on the radio shows and everything. But it was just it is truly an honor. I really feel like this is something that years from now will be history. And so, and I feel to be a part of that, even in a small way that I am, is very important. We do not celebrate our communities enough, and we need to do that more.
There's always, things on the news, like you said, when you hit Roxbury, when you hit Dorchester, but then you need some things, they're negative things, but then there's going to be a lot more positive things that happen. I mean, on a day-to-day basis, for every one negative thing that happens in the neighborhood, there are 100 positive things that happen. But they're going to put the microscope on the negative. So it's up to us to really, celebrate and bring that out. So like the Dorchester, I'm from Dorchester. The Dorchester parade, right? It was always it was just dope to have a parade. Like I said, who doesn't like having a parade? I don't care what the parade is for. You know what I mean? But it's just nice, especially when it's community. But it's on Dorchester Ave. It's down in that end of Dorchester where I lived I'm more of Columbia Road. You know what I'm saying? I'm Columbia Road, Washington Street, Carmen Square, Dorchester. And, that's more, Savin Hill, Neponset Ave, Dorchester, which is all Dorchester, same thing. Same things happen on all the same sides. But just as far as our people, it's a you don't really want to travel out, even if it is your neighborhood, it's almost like traveling outside of your neighborhood to get to a place where you're not really fully represented in the parade. We're not really fully represented in that Dorchester parade, and that's not a slight on anything. It's about who who started that parade and what the route is and what their intentions were about that parade. And I believe that they're celebrating what they were intended that parade to celebrate.
What it was.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. So for someone to come through and try to hijack, you know, someone else's thing and be like, oh, well, why isn't your parade going up Talbot Ave or whatever? Like, you can't do that. You gotta kind of, but what you do is you kind of take inspiration and you start your own. Why hasn't there ever been, like, there's been a Dorchester Day Parade. I found out about that from around the time when I left, you know, my street. I never went there as a kid. Like, my mother never brought me there, but around the time when I was like a teenager, they're like, oh, Dorchester Day Parade, we'd go down there. And we'd kind of go down there. But like, in all that time, why has there never been a Roxbury
parade? I can't speak to that, but I can tell you we have one now, and we are going into our second year, and we welcome all parts of Roxbury, okay? From Mission Hill to down Humboldt, we want all parts of Roxbury to come out and celebrate this parade.
As well as Dorchester.
And parts of Dorchester, Mattapan. Look, this parade is not just for the city of Roxbury.
It's to celebrate Roxbury.
It's just to celebrate Roxbury. So that's why I said, whether you live in Roxbury now, you were born there, you go to work there, you have your kids in school there, we want you to come out and celebrate. It's not exclusive. Everybody is invited.
There. I mean, like,
if you go to the black market, wherever you, if you down at Dudley, where you get some chicken, whatever you do,
you're benefiting. You're reaping the benefits of being in soul-filled Dudley. You can go down Dudley and get your spirit regenerated. You know what I'm saying? They got the black market, which I still haven't been to yet.
Oh, you gotta go.
Crazy.
You gotta go.
Right.
They're having something tomorrow, actually. I think it's decolonization. And so a lot of the vendors are gonna have items representing that. So you should definitely go out. The black market, you know.
Bruce Bowling Building.
The Bowling Building.
They did a lot done over there. A lot of great restaurants. If you travel all the way to Dudley to go to Joe's to get a steak and cheese, you know, that's a Roxbury thing. You should travel to the parade to celebrate the parade. Now, one thing I want to say is we had so they have ethnicity kind of parades, right? They have the Puerto Rican Day parade, the Dominican parade, and kind of like the Caribbean parade, which is not fully like an ethnicity, but you celebrating things of Caribbean culture. So I feel like
we want them all out for Roxbury.
I feel like as Puerto Ricans, they kind of single on Puerto Ricans, single on Dominicans, Caribbeans. You single on people who have like kind of like a Caribbean background, which a lot of people of color in the community have some kind of connection to Caribbeans.
Boston is majority minority,
right?
So
but like what I've always said is, where is the African American kind of like parade, and what would an African American parade kind of entail? Because you ask for things, but then you're like, well, what would it entail? So say you like Dorchester parade, right?
So,
you know what that is. A Roxbury parade.
So what
would you?
Yeah, so a parade is very simply this. Of course, it takes communication with the city to get certain permits and things like that, and also to get speakers, like the mayor and that type of thing to show up, and also to block off the street, because our parade goes from Malcolm X Blvd in front of Madison Park High School to Malcolm X Park on Washington Street.
Malcolm X,
so
that's a beautiful route.
History,
it's like telling it's saying something.
Yes.
It's not just
we're not just saying it, we're doing it. But one of the things that really drives a parade is people. We need the people to come out. We need people to support. We need people to register, to walk with us. We need people to volunteer. We need people to give donations and sponsorships. That's what keeps a parade going. We can't just talk about it. We have to be about it, and be about it for Roxbury. And that's what, I'm here to advocate for today. Because, again, I was down at the Roxbury Homecoming and / Juneteenth down at Franklin.
Which is happening right now.
Which is happening right now down at Franklin Park. And there were so many people that we were talking to that were like, oh, my gosh, I love Roxbury. I'm definitely going to be out there this year. So we really just need that energy and that support. Because one thing we always talk about is, I wish. Well, it's here.
Right.
Let's keep it going.
Right.
Let's not. We don't need to wish anymore because it's here. We just need to sustain it.
Right.
And so, to sustain the parade, we'll take dollars, we'll take manpower, woman power, and everyone just to come out and continue to support.
So you have a nice flyer here.
Yes.
I see we got a nice group of investors, supporters and stuff at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We got a lot of sponsors currently. Eastern Bake, ABCD,
shout out,
Tropical Foods has supported us. 97.7 has done,
nice.
ad time.
Nice.
The Louis D. Brown Institute, Fort Hill Bar and Grill, cruise companies, and also the designers of the flyer, which is Callaway Graphics. They designed this wonderful flyer for us, and so we have lots of sponsors, and we're always looking for more sponsors, looking for more people, because you would not believe how much it costs for a parade. I mean, when people are there, they're like, oh, it has bouncy houses, oh, you have snow cones, oh, you have this, but you got to pay for the generator. You got to pay for the snow cone machine. You got to pay for the bouncy house. You got to pay for the balloons. You got to pay for ice cream. You got to pay for all these things. Yeah. And so we just need that continued support from the community so that we can bring a parade that everyone can be proud of.
So I kind of bumped into Toy kind of like the same exact way, and I saw she was doing the Roxbury Unity Parade, and I'm like, I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you be in? Someone said they're about to do a parade for Roxbury. Like, what is the hesitation? Yeah. Especially if you have anything to offer.
And shameless shout out, Jay is at all our events.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to give him a shout out because he has DJed for us at our fundraisers. He's been at the parade. And so he is definitely like almost a founding member / supporter of the parade.
I ain't got much, you know what I'm saying? But what I do is like, I just try to give what I can and then try to, you know what I'm saying? It's a little selfish.
You keep us
It's a little selfish. You gotta, because I did so much bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to just build my karma back up, you know what I mean? So I like to use people when they come around, like, oh, you're doing the Roxbury Unit? Boom. I can do this. Maybe it wipes off, like, the couple of things I stole, you know what I'm saying, last year or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I still steal sometimes, but I'm trying to get over it.
All right.
But, you know what I mean? So the thing about that is, I volunteered. I didn't have say the money per se to try to donate that way or whatever, but what I do have is I got my turntables, and I had more than time, because if I just had the time I would have came around and did whatever, but I'm like, you know what, I got the turntables, I can come in, I can play some music, I can do that, and I'm just giving what I can give. So no one's asking you to give more than what you can give, but just give what you can give, because if you don't give anything, it's a slippery slope, when you always think someone else is going to do something, and that someone else going to do it, someone else going to do it, and then you turn around, no one did it, and then it's over. So like I said, sustainability, this is only going to be the
second annual.
So if you haven't heard about it, it's because it's only in its infancy.
It's just second year, and last year it was a great parade. We had so many people come out. We were featured on, Channel 5, and Ayanna Pressley was there.
Everybody
Congresswoman
was there.
Pressley. I mean, it was so many people. The energy was great. The mayor came out, but the problem was the day of and the day before, it monsooned.
Rained
it rained like crazy. And so whether rain or shine, we're out there.
It cleared up. Let me tell you, it cleared up. We
and
still
it was
went
great.
Out. The trucks rolled.
Yes. And so we had ice cream for the kids. We still had the bouncy houses, snow cone machine. We had Chosen.
Band.
Chosen. I was performing live. This year we're going to have live performances too. So there's two kind of components to the parade. There's the actual parade. Again, we will step off at 1:00, Madison High on Malcolm X, walk to the Shelbourne Community Center, Malcolm X Park behind it. And then we'll have events at the park. So the parade steps off at 1. We'll walk to the park, and in that park we'll have live music. Jay will be out there DJing again. We'll have the bouncy houses. We're even going to have some other stuff for the community and kids to come out, and that part is free. It's free for the community. So there's really no reason not to come out and support.
Right, absolutely.
But I mean, again, we just need people to, again, show up and show out.
Right.
If you show up and show out,
right.
when it come to other stuff, so come on, show up and show out for Roxbury.
Right, so besides the donations and the time and the energy and everything else and the volunteering, if you can't do any of that stuff, Sunday, July 21st, starting at Malcolm X Boulevard, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to go till 4 p.m. The parade is up. I think Washington or whatever, it goes to Malcolm X Park.
Yep.
Short little walk.
Short, takes less than 30.
Yep, but at least you get to come out. You get to celebrate. You bring your peoples out. Hopefully, it's a nice day.
Yep.
You bring the kids out.
Bring your like we said. If you grew up on Waverly Street, then have your Waverly Street crew out there with the T-shirts and march with us, walk with us. If you are a politician, you are running, and you know that you need Roxbury constituents to get elected, then you should be there. If you are a business and you get dollars from Roxbury residents, you should be out there sponsoring and supporting. If you are a dance troupe or a band or anything, we want you out there too. We want floats. We want you walking and participating with us. And if you can't do that, we just got confirmation from the mayor that we will have a trolley. And so for any of our elderly citizens or people that have mobility issues, there will be a trolley. So let's say you love Roxbury, but your mobility doesn't allow you to walk, you can ride with us, okay, to the park. We got you covered. We just want you out to support us. And if you want to support the parade, we have a website set up, www.roxburyunity18.weebly.com. Again, that's www.roxburyunity18.weebly.com. And you can also send us an email at roxburyunityparade@gmail.com. But again, we'll be out in full force. We got a month to go. Wow. So you will be hearing either myself and Toy and other community members over the next month just trying to create energy and support for this parade. And we hope you come out.
One more time, what was that?
It was www.roxburyunity18.weebly.com. And it's on the flyers that we have too.
Nice flyers too. Shout out Callaway.
Yeah, shout out Callaway.
So, I was about to ask you something. I forgot what it was, so it's probably a good thing I didn't. That's how it usually goes.
That's how it is. If you didn't remember it, it wasn't important.
Right. So yeah, like she said, I have been DJing. We've done a few fundraisers.
Yeah, at the Fort Hill and Grill and Bar, at Slade's.
At Slade's, we did one on that Fort Hill Bar and Grill. I don't see Slade's on here as a sponsor.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm just throwing it out there. I see Fort Hill on here though. That's what's up. Yeah, it's a Roxbury thing. I mean, it's not many people. It's another thing. We don't have many things in Roxbury anymore. Like the way we used to just have things all over. So whenever we get something, we just gotta support it and really just do whatever we can to show people that it's something that we want.
Yeah.
You can't say you want something and it comes around and then you don't show up for it. So like you said, it monsooned last time.
And we were still out.
I mean, it cleared up. We came out. Everybody was there. See all the politicians.
Rain did not keep us away.
Yeah.
And plus, we knew that if we canceled it, it would be that much harder to get it going the following year, because then people would be like, oh, y'all just cancel stuff at the last minute. And we don't want that same stigma and that same idea. Again, we want to uplift the community and we want to say, no, this is a positive event. We're about celebration. We're about bringing the community together. Let's listen to some music. Let's walk and let's enjoy a good time.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember it was almost I was already on board, and I believe it was already down to the wire before the mayor and them came and signed on to city of Boston, because right before that, you guys were just doing this out of your own pocket, out of your own
and grind,
out of your own stuff, and then finally at the last second, the city of Boston came in
but
last
you know
year
that's how
but
everything
they have to
is.
see you coming and moving before they come in and do some stuff.
But that's like with anything, because a lot of people say they're gonna do stuff. A lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas. But you gotta actually put the intention and the action behind the words. And so, you know, a lot of people want to do things, and there's lots of good things that people want to do in the community, but you have to actually start doing it. You can't just start talking about it. And so Toy, myself, and other committee members, we were meeting and we were like, you know what? We're just going to walk out on faith. This is going to happen. With or without monetary support, you just have to sometimes do that. And thankfully for us, last year and this year, the city is on board. They are fully behind it and support it. But sometimes you do have to walk alone before others join you. And that's, you know, that's just something you have to do.
So that's one of my things. I like, you know, just try to show and prove. So I'm like, you know, instead of talking about it, I'm like, I'm gonna you know, involve myself. Just gonna involve myself. And that's like, you know, what I always just try to preach. You know, we just have to kind of be, you have to be a symbol to people, because we learn by a lot more by sight, you know, by people showing up and like doing stuff. So, you know, I just want to congratulate you, Toy, everybody who, you know, just trying to do something bigger than for just themselves. You know, which is like, you know, you may not get enough, you know, kudos that I think you need, you know what I'm saying? But like,
well,
you
know, I look at it like this. A lot of times in my life, I've been very fortunate and blessed to have parents, friends, family, and I really feel, as the, you know, quote goes, to much is given, much is expected. And so for me to live in a community, to even I've worked in Roxbury, and to not want to celebrate and uplift it, that you aren't doing your duty.
No,
like, you know, you can't just sit and complain. You have to sometimes be on the front lines, and sometimes you have to work to see the change you want. And so Toy wanted a parade. She had an idea. She got others involved, and we had a parade. And now we're going to have our second one. July 21st, Sunday.
And we don't have nearly enough stuff for the youth to do, you know what I'm saying, on a normal basis. Just we're always fighting tooth and nail to get the programs going and things to do for the kids. And the kids don't, you know, it started with like maybe like a safety factor. You didn't really want your kids outside because these things were going on and stuff. But like it kind of cleaned up the neighborhoods a little bit better. People are getting older. They kind of got rid of a lot of the bad element, even though, you know, things are going to happen anywhere. But as far as just gathering together and doing things for the children, like, you know, it takes the kids can't get together to meet. They can't even get together and play like games together because they don't even have the adults outside like teaching them these certain games. Like, you know what I mean? Where's the guys like coming together to like, you know, play kickball with the kids or, you know, dodgeball? Like, you know, it's about coming together and like really doing something. So I say this is something that, you know, maybe teenagers and stuff like that would be able to like look forward to in the years later.
And even more so than that, we don't look at it as like, oh, kids come out and play, but teenagers come out and volunteer, learn some skills, actually get involved. We'll you know, you'll be the volunteer captain or something. You know, like, let's really involve our youth in this process. And we want young people to come out, whether you are in high school, middle school, college age, come out and support. And not just as, you know, a parade participant or, you know, get a snow cone, but you can volunteer, because we need need people to really help
and
make
rep
this
your hood, like rep Roxbury like that, you know, because I would love, you know, because I know how it is when you're a teen. It's on a Sunday too, right? There's nothing to do. You wake up, you go get dressed, maybe, like, you know, that's why I was asking about, like, say like the Caribbean parade, people throw on like their Trinidad shirts, their Jamaican shirts, whatever. I don't know. Throw on your Roxbury.
I love Roxbury.
You know,
we
if you can get
Roxbury.
your, you know, your Roxbury stuff. If not, what about the red, black, and green effect that we used to do? You know, like the red, black, and green, the African American.
Yes, and
like,
we have T-shirts too that you
they
can get.
got the red, black, and green
the Roxbury
shirts.
Unity Parade shirt, $10.
Yeah, come out and rep those things. Also, like for the adults, right? Mm-hmm. That's where the like I said, I have done a couple of fundraisers for them. I did one at Slade's a day party. I did one at Fort Hill, and there were people there, but not enough people to be honest. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna keep it really positive, you know what I'm saying? That's the way she is. But I'm gonna be honest, real quick. Let me talk a real second, real quick. There wasn't enough people there, like supporting something as important as a parade for the community. Like, we don't have enough stuff in the community as it is. Someone carved out a piece of, you didn't have to do no work. You didn't have to go to City Hall. You didn't have to pull any paperwork. Someone carved out a piece of time and a plot of land for us to come and celebrate our community. You know what I mean? And they're not really asking for nothing but for you to participate and just show up. You know what I mean? But besides that, if we're gonna we have to invest in our community. We gotta invest in the children as tax-paying adults. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing when you're kids, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. But now we're not kids anymore. You know, the things we're asking for, we can kind of get ourselves. We just never ask the right people. We're not at City Hall. We're not talking to our people, our city councilors who are do your district, whether it's District 7, which is Roxbury, which I know they're always kind of like representing over there. But people in Dorchester, Talbot Ave, you have a representative in Mattapan, you have a representative, people like that. You have to talk to these people as the adults. I'm talking about me, like people who are my friends and under, like we're like old. The people, and I know you don't want to really notice it, but we are the adults, those people who are gonna who are supposed to be pushing legislation.
No, you old.
Yeah.
You old. I ain't old. But you
the
old.
people who are supposed to be seriously pushing legislation is me, and the people that are around us. And I'm like I said, I don't educate myself enough. But we gotta start somewhere, because you gotta do things for the children who are coming after you. And the reason why we had to have a little bit of fun that we did when we were growing up is because the adults that came before us did a lot of things that unspeakable things that they don't even want to tell you about, that they had to go through to make sure that you had what you have, food, clothes on your back, but also a festival to go to, a kite festival, a walk that you could go to with your people to whatever. Someone had to create these things and whatever. So right here we're
we the adults.
We're the adults, and we're here making history. So my point to that is the donations. Right. As an adult, you got to donate. It's like when you take out the kids. And you go out, when you say we all go out to a nice restaurant, name it, whatever. Wherever, keep it simple. I don't got that much money. Let's say Applebee's.
Applebee's.
After this, we're gonna go to Applebee's, right?
Yeah.
And we all could go to Applebee's and whatever, right? But to be honest, you know what I'm saying, we're all there. The kids are there and whatever, the parents or whatever. But listen. Somebody got to pay for the bill, you know what I'm saying? And we are the adults right now, and we do have to dig in our pockets. We got to get out of that mentality that someone else is gonna take care of this, and we don't have to whatever. We can't walk away from the table and think that bill's just gonna get paid. We are the adults. We have to talk amongst each other. We have to divvy up this bill, and we have to figure out how we're gonna pay it. And we can't just get up from the table and dip like we used to. Could do that.
Yes, let's not dip.
We're not them no more. We're not the kids that we used to. We are the adults.
But
we have to.
But as you said earlier, if you don't have money to donate, you can donate time. And there are other.
You can wash dishes. To be honest, don't come out. No, don't come out
for the parade.
No, Brandy, don't come out.
You can't
don't come out if you don't got no money.
Yeah.
Save your money. Don't come out to the parade. But I don't want to see you out doing nothing else either. Don't go to the bar. Don't go to the ice cream.
I don't want to speak on people's financial situations.
We're looking for because you know what? The donation tickets were $20. $20, and I'm gonna be honest, I go out and I see, you pay $10 to get in. The drinks are $15. You're paying $20, $30, $40 a night, a weekend, or whatever. You're going to the hook and crab or whatever, hook and reel. I see people with the bibs on. They're going to the lobster spot on the weekends, and everyone's taking selfies, and they got crab juice all running down their beards. You got lobster sauce all down your legs, on your toes, and everything is looking. You know what I'm saying? You done paid your $50 to get your toes done and your thing done, and all of that. No, all of that needs to happen. Yeah. But also save it's like tides. You know what I'm saying? Save a little bit on the side, or donate a little something. Like that $20. It seems weird when it's on the paper because they're like someone's asking you for $20, and you're like, well, what am I gonna get out of? Like, what do you ever get out of $20 a day? Like, you know what people spend? That's breakfast maybe for some people.
Yeah, for some.
Because it used to not be. You can't even go to McDonald's for like $20, like for not more than two people.
Yeah, if you're a family, no, probably not.
You know,
but again, I just want to iterate what Jay said.
I got it. I'm sorry.
Go get your crab.
Stop being broke,
Go get your crab. Go get your, fish cakes and salmon cakes and all that other stuff.
But donate too.
And also donate your time and your resources to the Roxbury Unity Parade. Because again, when we say time and resources, sometimes that's money. Callaway Graphics designed, and gave us a discount. So it's not always money. There are other ways you can donate. We're just saying contact us and we'll figure something out. But we just need support. We need the support.
You guys got like a war room out of like the Shelburne. Over there.
Yeah, the Shelburne is kind of our grand central, if you will. That's where our brain trust is.
Yep.
We meet every Thursday from 6 to 8. And, we just really try to think about all the ways that we can make the parade better. Bigger, better, bolder,
Yeah, it's about
stronger.
being bigger and better. And make it better for the kids. Like whatever we do this year, it makes it better for the next year.
Yeah.
And the more people that show up, they're going to say, oh, and then like I said, the city of Boston has kind of put their whatever, what do you call it? It's like a stamp.
It's a city approved event.
City approval. They got their approval.
Yeah, we are approved.
But they're not approving it. Yeah. You notice how the city works and how the government works. This is just me talking. They're not approving it for no reason. They're not approving it just because they want to just approve some. They have kind of agenda that they're gonna use for approving this. So what we got to do is not worry about that and just be thankful that it's approved.
Or maybe their agenda is our agenda too.
It
so
could
be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as they're using us or anything like that. The city approved this.
Because they could have said no.
Yeah, they could have said no. The city approved this event because they know it's a worthwhile event.
Right.
And they trusted that we were going to put on an event that would not be something that demeans them or us.
It's not going to make them look bad.
And we're not trying to make anybody look bad. So we're working hand in hand. The city wants this to happen, and we want it to happen.
And so we should make it the best showing as possible so it can get bigger and better. If they see the more of us coming out, maybe they'll start putting more funds into it. We have a couple of floats this time. We have games. We have rides. Maybe we'll have that many more performers. Maybe
I see some comments of people saying, I'll definitely be there, and we want you to come out. And again, if you have mobility issues or anything like that, but
They're having a trolley?
We're gonna have a trolley. Like, come on.
There's no excuses.
Come on. And then once you get to the park, you just have your lawn chair, sit out and listen to, all the artists that are coming out, whether it's Perfect Example and some of the other acts that we're gonna have out there performing. And of course, DJay will be on he'll be on the turntables and stuff. And then bring out your kids, bring out your grandkids, because we'll have the bouncy houses and other things out.
Ask about.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you have, like Spriggs was referring before about like when he was a kid, things to do. So like, what types of activities will be at the park?
Okay, so at the park, we'll have several activities. There'll be a resource fair, so there'll be organizations that are do business in the community or nonprofits where they'll be there giving out information. So last year, there were people out there trying to screen, for different blood types to make sure that people give blood donations and things like that. And there were other organizations just passing out flyers and pamphlets and things like that. So we'll have a resource table that will go on from 12 to 4. There'll be musical acts there. There'll be bouncy houses, snow cone machine, popcorn machine.
Wait, And this is all free?
It's all free. And last year we had a gaming truck. So for the teens out there, y'all want to get, your Fortnite and everything else on, we got
a gaming truck?
Yes, we had a gaming truck out there. And also this year we're working to make sure we have a partnership to have free ice cream as well. So it's all free. We're just asking you to come out.
What about the elephant in the room?
What's that?
Food.
So the food thing, you might have to go across the street to Fort Hill Bar and Grill, because there's different permits and things required for food that we just may not be able to do.
What about if food trucks wanted to come and
well, that's the same thing.
Would they have to fill out like a permit or something like that?
So if they're associated with the parade,
they can come.
They would have to fill out that we would have to do permits and other things. And so that is not. It's not to say that we won't have food. Just right now, the permitting required for it, with it being a month out, may be too short of a time for us to get. But that is definitely something always in the back of our mind, is like food brings people out. But we figure, because
that's another community I've been wanting to that's another community I've been wanting to focus on too, like the food truck community. Because I believe like them, that's like a big, it's almost like say like the DJ community. There's a lot we can do, like if we get together and do something. And
then there's also for food trucks too. This is why I say we really need people out, because we need the numbers to actually be enticing for them to want to be out. Because again, if you're a food truck, you are basically saying, I won't be at this block where I normally get X amount of dollars. Instead, I'm going to be here. So we need to have the justification that, yes, there are going to be 150, 200, 300 people, because otherwise there's no value in it for them, right? And so this is why I say we definitely want to have food trucks available. We definitely want to do that. But again, to enter into that partnership and to run those permits and pay those extra dollars, we need to know, are people going to come out and be out?
So these are
in full force.
Right. So these are all the things that we can talk about and think about for next year. You know what I mean? So it can only get greater later.
Bigger and better.
The more people come show up, the more people are going to want to be there. It's on a Sunday.
Yes. Come after church. If you go to service, come after church. Or go to the early rise service. And if you a bedside Baptist, like some listening are, just come when you wake up.
And to be honest, it's the perfect hours too. Like it gives you a reason. Like we need to start getting up out of bed.
True.
Getting some fresh air. Getting out.
We only get 2 months of
talking. Look at the weather. The weather's been.
I'm stretching it with the 2.
The weather's been bananas, just nuts. We've been drowning. Just the whole April, just soaked. May came soaked with no May flowers. Now we're in June.
Yes.
We just had like a monsoon like 2 days ago. It was just crazy.
But it's beautiful.
Right.
So come out.
So we need to start coming out, and we have to just get back used to being around each other, because it's been a while, and then it's you start getting rusty as far as us just being in the same space with each other. So we used to have a lot more events where we'd have a lot more people like, oh, we're going to the Kite Festival this month, or we're going to the, whatever it is, the Scooper Bowl or whatever, just anything that used to be, month, week in, week out, and I think we'll have more events if more
but there's
events,
lots coming
if more
up.
events start going on.
The Donna Summer Skate Party next week. You got Bam Fest coming up. There's a lot of stuff coming out. So I'm here advocating not just to support Roxbury and the Roxbury Unity Parade, but just come out and support the community. Events. Just come out. They're free. So just come out, support. As I said, I mentioned at the start of this conversation, I came from earlier today, the Roxbury Homecoming / Juneteenth event at Franklin. It was just so many tents out there. You had, the Deltas, the AKAs. You had the 54th Regiment.
See, we need all of them. We need all of them at our parade too. At the Unity Parade, right? We got to figure out how to put them together.
Well, we went out advocating, and we're hoping that a lot of the organizations we talked to today will come out out and will support. And so that's all we can do is continue to be on the voice spot. Yeah.
We need that Juneteenth celebration today. We need that Roxbury Unity Parade. More celebration than less. So the BAMS Fest that's happening. They had Boston Calling, right? The big music fest thing that they had.
And the Roxbury Film Festival is coming too.
They did a something exactly like kind of like the Gay Pride. I was trying to get into that too. Maybe you're here, maybe you know, and maybe one of you guys know because it was just us in here. I was trying to figure out what is the name of the Pride Festival for the Gay Pride. Is it the Gay Pride Fest? Or is
for
it
the
city,
LGBTQ for the city of Boston.
Yeah, the one that just happened. Or is it for them to come out and say straight pride?
Well, no. I think it's more inclusive. It's just the LGBT,
so
Pride Festival.
So right. Yeah. So it is that. It's everything.
But it's
Pride Festival.
Yeah, but it's more inclusive than just the Gay Pride. It's just Pride Festival. Come out and support.
Right.
And so we want to be as inclusive and say, come out and support Roxbury. All corners of Roxbury. Whether you still live there now or work there now, if you at any point drove through,
if you knew somebody, if you worked and you went to school,
somebody, you love somebody who lives in Roxbury.
You want it to be the way that it is right now, and you don't want so-called gentrification happening or people in your neighborhood. You're mad. You can't be mad at seeing other people in your neighborhood when you're not in your own neighborhood.
That's true.
Like if you don't frequent your own neighborhood, don't be mad if other people are going to come frequent. If you have a beautiful park in the middle of your neighborhood and you don't go there, somebody should be able to go there. You can't get mad at people for showing up at a place that you would not show up at. So it's about really just participating
and I see a comment, someone saying, hopefully I can sit on that ride. You come out, we're going to make sure you have a seat.
Oh, on the trolley?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
make
crazy.
Sure you have
I want to get on the trolley.
Okay.
Because my back be feeling crazy sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
No,
there's some space.
you gotta be, you can't be in the truck. You gotta be like behind us in the truck with the tunes.
I mean, if someone got the pickup truck, you can set up on that.
Yeah, exactly. And we want people out with their floats and everything.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to
come celebrate and decorate. Because again, I mean, it was amazing to see the Dorchester Day Parade, and it was amazing to be involved in the Roxbury Unity Parade last year, and again to see it from day one. We're just starting, and now this year we want to make it bigger, better, and hopefully Mother Nature cooperates and no rain, but rain or shine, we will be out there. So
like
hopefully
I said,
you will be
last
too.
year it came down like buckets, right?
Yes.
But it cleared up.
Right.
The parade went on. We got to the field. It was what it was. We had a great old time.
Yes.
Great entertainment. Great all the vendors that were there. They were doing face painting for the kids. They're doing music, games, and everything. It's a great place to like I said, we have to just start being around each other more. It's once a weekend is not enough. Once a day is not enough. We should go from the Juneteenth celebration that's happening today in the park, and we should all be meeting at another establishment tonight, eating and drinking with each other. We shouldn't be separated, but it should be in our community. And there are not a lot of places to go like it used to be in our community. We would be able to go to Packy's Bar and Grill afterwards, or Breezeway that was on Blue Hill Ave, or some other place. There are not many places far between
but there
for us
are
to congregate.
But there are some.
Yes, we can go to Slade's, we go to Darrell's Bar and Grill. These are all places in Roxbury, Wally's, and stuff like that. But let's keep this celebration, this air of celebration going always. It shouldn't be an anomaly when we have one parade. Like this Roxbury Unity Parade is an anomaly. It never happened before. Now it's happened for the first time last year, but it should be a staple of many things.
Oh, it's gonna be a staple.
After this Roxbury, we have this as it is already. It's a staple. There should be another kind of celebration of some kind of thing that we do coming up right behind it. You know what I mean? It'd be nice if we had something for Father's Day, which is Sunday.
Well, they have the Father's Day walk. that is happening.
We don't want to walk. We just want to sit somewhere and like chill and be catered to. Why we gotta walk as dads? We still working? Like, why can't we just relax? What's the
they have a Mother's Day walk, so they have a Father's Day.
No, I hear you, but it's more. But y'all know what I'm saying, man. Like, we grill for there should be even in that spot. Maybe they set up the grills. Maybe that should be something that one of us, brothers from the inner city urban areas. People always say that, but why isn't there one big Mother's Day event to come out and celebrate mothers besides the walk?
Yeah,
but I mean as a gathering.
Well, you know what? I think you are speaking into existence that you want.
Because I'm gonna be honest, right? When you put walk on the end of something, it just you lose 50% of the people. Because I'm not trying to walk nowhere, and I can see how people lazier than me would be. And I muster up the strength to do things. You know what I'm saying?
You think, I can come out on.
Yeah, I muster up the strength to do it, but I want to do things even the Caribbean parade, right? Mm-hmm. If you was to call it a walk, I bet you would lose half the people. You gotta call it a parade.
It's a parade.
You gotta call it
and look,
thing.
It's not even if you that
call this
long.
Call this the Roxbury Unity Walk if you want to.
No,
and see who shows up.
No, it's the Roxbury Unity Parade.
Absolutely.
And literally, we are going from Malcolm X Boulevard to Malcolm X Park.
Yeah, you can't get no more better than that. The signs are in the air. What?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Come on.
So if you out and you a vendor, you should try to get in contact with them and kind of fill out some papers so we can do it legally and stuff like that.
Yeah, vendors, businesses. If you want to sponsor, if you want to donate, or if you want to participate as a community, we are still looking for people to come out. I mean, the parade is July 21st, and so we're a month out, but it'll come before we know it. Right. We definitely need people to support now rather than later, because it's more difficult.
Please, everyone come out. The artists,
come out.
People who paint, people who do things, right? That because one thing I know is you never know when you're gonna inspire somebody, and especially kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me as an adult, I can think back to a point where I was inspired by somebody, and they didn't even say anything to me or do anything. They might have just looked at me and been like, yo, good job. And I just was like, oh shit, a so-and-so said good job, and now I'm about to go and whatever. So you type of people who we need all you guys to come out and show out in front of these kids to create the next, look where we're at Malcolm X Park.
The next generation.
We're still waiting for that next Malcolm X person to come around, those next minds, those next, inventors, those next speakers. And we have to do our part to lubricate the way for them to have an easier transition into being into power. You know what I mean? It's not going to be somebody who's 40, 50, 60 years old that's going to kind of save us. It's going to be, yes, we got to be there for guidance, but it's going to be that 20-year-old scrappy dude that's not going to be that scared. That's why they kill, those Black Panthers, and you think about those stories. These people never even made it to 40 years old. You know what I mean? Malcolm X, Martin Luther, they didn't even make it to 40 years old.
No, Martin made it to 41.
41, barely. You know what I mean? Just barely made it. But the change that they brought about went way before that. You know what I mean? So we have a thing to we really have a obligation to do the best that we can for us right now. But really, if you're not worried about us right now, we got to do it as a symbol and as an example for the kids in the future.
For the future.
And also, remember what it was to have fun. Even if we're not trying to be too serious about stuff, just having fun. You know how much fun it would be to be a kid? And I want my baby to be able to go to the Roxbury Unity Parade, because it was never there. You know what I mean? I want them to be able to go to all these different parades and stuff. We have to, I went to, like I said, the Kite Festival. It was a big thing when I was growing up. It's not such a big thing nowadays, but it's a fun thing. But the kids aren't going to know how fun it is until you introduce it to them. So of course none of the kids are going to be running out to go fly a kite. They never flew a kite before. They don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's up to us to get together, bring them together, and show them. We got to bring them together and show them how to play a good game of kickball. Show them how to play a good game of hide and go seek. Your kids are playing the games all wrong. They're playing the games all wrong out here. They don't know how to play, and I'm telling you, this is where it starts right here. Roxbury Unity Parade, come out.
Come out Sunday, July 21st. Come out, support.
I don't know what else to say.
That's it.
This is like our time right now.
Like the end.
We're actually over a couple of minutes, but
I know you wanted.
We do our last little shout outs.
Oh yeah, all the information. So again, last shout out, we need your support, we need your participation, whether that's time, whether that's donation, whether that's volunteering for us. Please come out. So there are several ways you can get involved. We have committee meetings, Thursdays 6 to 8 at the Shelburne Community Center on Washington Street. We also would love for you to donate or sponsor for the parade, or just sign up to participate and walk with us. And you can go to www.roxburyunity18.weebly.com. Again, that's www.roxburyunity18.weebly.com. You can also send us an email at roxburyunityparade@gmail.com, and you just contact us, let us know how you want to participate. We'll make room, make space for you. But again, everyone listening or watching on Facebook, please come out, please support us, and please continue to uplift Roxbury.
Bang. That's it. So, for What's the Word Radio, Boston Free Radio, Somerville Media Center, Jay Spriggs.
Yeah.
Jono's in here, Brandy's in here.
Yeah.
My man, what's your name?
Amani Wilson.
Amani Wilson's in here holding it down in the cut.
Yeah,
that's on some type of video. So that's it, man. So I think I'm trying to head over to that other the Juneteenth. Try to see what I can see what I can.
Popping?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they still about that. Yeah.
Let's do it.
They'll be there for a while.
Oh, they're gonna be there for a while.
Word.
They got several DJs set up, and I mean the grills is smoking and going.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's
be
support
somebody.
this.
Go be somebody, cuz, and get a plate.
Absolutely, man. Support this parade, man. Don't stop being
support the parade.
Yeah, stop being cheap, man. Don't be cheap. The kids, we're gonna make the kids wash the dishes. If you try to leave, and don't play the check, man. You gotta let the kids wash the dishes. Don't be cheap, man. We the adults. $20, $10, $5, time, energy.
Yes. Please
some
come
support. All right.
Word.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.